Hi, my name's Heather Fahr, and I am a board-certified psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner here at Psychiatric Wellness. And this week we are discussing ADHD. Now, if you've ever felt like your brain just doesn't work the way it's supposed to, especially when it comes to focus, organization, or getting things done, I want you to know you're not alone. Many of us struggle with these symptoms. Let's talk a little bit about ADHD and what it actually looks like in real life, because it's often very different from what people expect. ADHD, or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, is really about how the brain manages things like attention, motivation, time, and emotional regulation. It's not about laziness, and it's not about not trying hard enough. Actually, many people with ADHD are trying incredibly hard, and that's what can make this diagnosis feel so frustrating. One of the biggest components of ADHD is something called executive functioning. Now, this includes things like starting tasks, staying organized, keeping track of time, and following through on commitments. For many people, that is where things begin to feel stuck. You might know exactly what needs to be done, but actually getting started or staying consistent can feel entirely overwhelming and leave you feeling paralyzed. Now, ADHD doesn't show up the same for everyone. Some people are more outwardly hyperactive or impulsive, but others experience it more internally. Now, that can look like feeling scattered, forgetful, easily overwhelmed, or constantly feeling behind, even when you're putting in a lot of effort. I want to highlight that ADHD often shows up differently in women. A lot of women were never diagnosed as children because their symptoms were less disruptive in the classroom setting. Instead, they struggle with the internal symptoms. That might look like overthinking everything, having anxiety, or constantly trying to compensate to keep everything held together. Over time, that can lead to burnout and a lot of self-doubt and negative talk. Many people with ADHD have spent years being told directly or indirectly that they're not doing enough and that they just need to try harder. Now, those experiences can really stick with you and influence how you feel about yourself. The good news is that there's ways to support ADHD that actually work with your brain. Medication can be helpful for some, but it's not the only option. An integrative approach might include things like improving our sleep, supporting nutrition, adding regular movement. That's a big one for ADHDers, and building structure in a way that feels realistic and sustainable. It's also really important to look at the emotional side of things too. Working through patterns of self-criticism and learning how your brain really works can make a huge difference in how you feel day to day and how you see and experience yourself. Now, if any of this resonates with you, it might be worth exploring further. Getting the right support can help things feel a lot more manageable. And at the end of the day, ADHD is not a personal failure. It's a different way your brain is wired. And with the right tools and support, you can learn how to work with your brain instead of constantly feeling like you're fighting against it. If you're looking for a professional support or to be evaluated for ADHD, Psychiatric Wellness is here to help. We accept most major insurances, and you can schedule online at www.psychiatricwellness.org, or you can call or text our wonderful intake coordinator, Kylie, at 405-437-0205. And remember, your journey is our focus.